Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to our show. Hope you're doing well because I'm having a wonderful day. This is a very short video where we talk about mental health. I've been talking about mental health every single day of the week of last week, so this is the main part of the content right now. I see just say it's I think it's important to go when it's negative, but I think it's also important to go when it's positive. Right now, you can see that we're chilling on the balcony. We've been doing nature corn. We've been going out more, which is amazing. Right now, it's a heat wave. It is 29 degrees Celsius, which is felt. We still have some ice cream. We still have delicious cherry limit ghost. So it's still good. It's been really helpful. It's been really honestly, guys, it's been, how can I say this? Okay, not like that. I told you guys multiple times that when it was winter, when I was doing TikTok live, you guys are the reason why we're doing better. And that is completely true. Me talking to people that I care about, me talking to people that I like, really helped me out. But if I'm being completely honest, it's such a different feeling. Most of the time when I'm outside, I'm gonna be feeling better. So it's kind of like a similar thing, but very different. You see, with you guys, it's a lot more. Like for example, it's weird when I talk to people, right? It'll be a long lasting effect because I'll be reminiscent. Sorry. I'll be reminiscent of the conversation that we had. I'll be reminiscent of the moment that we had. It's just fun. And with the weather, and it's the weather is short term. The weather is passive. So with you guys, I want to have conversation. We did a live TikTok live 2 days ago, and somebody was talking to me, and I love this person, but I don't think that they knew that it was in depression. So talking about their problem, and I was like, ugh, it's bringing me down. But at the same time, and I thought they did a long video about that, and it's not meant to be, right? And ultimately speaking, in a day like today, where we are feeling a little bit better, I don't know if it's because we been doing TikTok live twice in this week, or is it because of the weather? But the weather has been affecting me in a positive fashion. Now, it's so funny because I have been trying so hard to heal. I have been trying so hard to come back, and I'm always saying, guys, we're healing. We'll be back. We'll be back. We'll be back. We'll be back. And now, I was supposed to do a short video. I apologize. I'm deeply sorry. As much as I said I wanted to come back, we also had the idea of giving up making content. I also had lately a couple times ideas of giving up and no motivation. Mm. 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 I'm so sorry. Now what I'm gonna check if the phone is still recording because it might overeat. You're still good. You're still good. You still want? Yeah, you're good. You're good. It's a shame because I do want to film more on the outside, but the phone gets so hot. Like I was saying, okay, so you know what? Fuck it. I'm so sorry. I promise you a short video. It's gonna be a long video. I apologize. See, for 4 years now, we've been thinking about making content, and we've been having some positive offset of making content. And those positive offset are, we're thinking more about our life. We're thinking more about X, Y, Z. Even right now, the sun has left the balcony, and it's all good. This afternoon it's gonna be raining horsecocks. I don't really mind. But it's been beneficial, and we've been thinking about it. And this is the first time I really thought about my mental health. My mental health, and I feel like I'm sorry, Dad. I love you, Dad, but I feel like it's my dad's fault. My father is very talkative, just like me, but it doesn't talk when it comes to emotion, right? And in my case, I think that, see, even as a kid, I was raised like, it doesn't matter what you eat. My father would say, it doesn't matter what you eat as long as you eat. So it doesn't matter how bad you feel as long as you heal, right? guys. It's really good. Go Cherry Lemonade. Recommended. And it's not normal to have in the same week a idea of wanting to come back when I'm gonna come back. It's not a normal idea to be wanting to give up in the same week. So now I'm more relaxed. I'm enjoying talking to you guys, right? I'm enjoying the nature. Yesterday was one of the most decisive day of the 2025 year. What happened yesterday? There was a shitty sunrise, and I was like, you know what? Fuck you. So today is Friday. On Wednesday, we went out and did a a night stroll, which really felt good. We went back, and yesterday I saw one of the most beautiful sunrise I've seen in my entire life. I took pictures of it. It is gorgeous. I cannot wait for you guys to see it. It is so beautiful. But regardless, that's not important. The important part was yesterday. I was like, I forced myself to be happy and it worked. You know. You gotta take it day by day. My biggest mistake ever when it comes to content creation, and that's completely my fault, is I've always been treating content creation as a plan A. Now, in a dream world, this is still plan A. I love making content, it's still plan A. But the reality is, it might not be a plan A. It might be a plan B, it might be a plan C. You see all of those people that are super famous online, and they did something before they made content, right? They didn't get lucky. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna try it no matter what. And it didn't work. But you know what? It's completely fine. It is completely fine, because at the end of the day, we're pushing forward the idea that I didn't want to talk about this. I didn't want to talk about that. I never envisioned making content. I know that's not true, but hear me out. So when I was making content, when I started making content, I was working. My plan A was making content in here. In reality, my plan A was working. It doesn't matter how I perceive things, doesn't matter how I view things. At the end of the day, I was working, so we were paying the bills. Then, even last year, technically speaking, again, I think it's really important. It's really important to go in the details. We're doing season 2 of 30 Park Boys, my favorite season. Last year, if I'm being completely honest, my plan was making content, but I was getting money from the government. So my plan A was still the work. It wasn't work in itself, but it was still making a salary, a stable salary. Stability is important, right? And in October, I had my depression, right? And in October, I had my depression because I worked too hard. I wasn't sleeping well. You guys know that in October, I had my burnout, right? And I had my burnout, and you guys know why. I was filming. I was filming 20 videos a day. But there's also an event in October that happened that I haven't mentioned. And this, again, is too much information. But I don't care. I had unemployment, which is, again, a program that helps you find a job. The unemployment ended in September. Yeah. And then we had my depression, and then we were making content, but even then the content, I wasn't in the plan A. And I think the problem that we have right now, these idea of I'm motivated to make content versus I want to give up making content, because it doesn't make any sense, right? I have to check if this is still filming, because if it isn't, I have to put it in the fridge. See? I'm sorry, guys. Well, it's not filming. The phone overeats, which is okay. It's perfectly fine. It's because we're doing twice. We're doing two things in a row. We're doing the filming and we're doing the nature corn. So yeah, so we never had a discussion, and it's so fucking weird. It's the concept is just insanity. I didn't have the conversation of this is a plan B. Why is it crazy? Because I have to have this conversation with myself. This is really odd. This is really weird. You're not used to talking to yourself, right? Oh man. The only conversation that I have with myself is me from myself. Come on, man. Come on. You got this. You're rough with yourself, right? And then, technically speaking, if again you're looking at it as a more a shrinking a shrink way of talking about it, you're talking to yourself right now. I'm making a video, yes, but I am talking to myself. I am absolutely fucking talking to myself. You can agree, you can disagree. Technically speaking, it doesn't matter if you agree or disagree. I am talking to myself. Now, why is it such a hard concept? Because we've been making video for 4 years, right? So we've been making video for 4 years? So technically, we've been talking to ourselves for 4 years. So why is it still such a difficult concept? It's because in 4 years, I can promise you one thing. I have just imagine the number of hours that I have of content for 4 years. And all these hours are time of me talking to myself, right? I never talk to myself after the camera. I never talk to myself. And to me, it's still this crazy concept of don't talk to yourself. That's nuts, bro. That's nuts, right? But it's healthier. It's healthier because you're externalizing what you're feeling. Yesterday I had a really good talk with my mom, and you guys know how much I love my mom. You guys know that I'm a mama's boy, true and true. As an adult, I'm close to my father because he lives closer, but because we're kind of the same mentality, right? But it's let's put it like that, right? I'm a mama's boy. The second I talk to my mom, I'm a mama's boy. But when I'm not talking to my mom, the way I'm thinking, and the way I'm thinking, I'm recognizing my father. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is what my father would say. This is weird. And my mom yesterday, she was asking me how I was doing mental health wise because she knew I was depressed, and I have to compare again. I hate doing this, but I have to compare again. I talked to my father, and I told my father, I'm seeing this social worker. And my father's reaction was, what the fuck was the social worker gonna do? What the fuck does a social worker gonna do, right? But it's not true because, technically speaking, and my mom wasn't like, oh, my mom said, and that's a crazy thing. My mom said, I'm glad you're talking to someone. It didn't matter who I was talking to. I'm glad you're talking to someone. And that was insane. That was really insane. Because then you realize, and this social worker, now this is me being oversharing, this is me being completely transparent. I got the same thing on my father. When I was seeing the shrink, I'm not gonna say who it was, even if I say you don't know him, but this guy was an asshole. This guy would come and see me, he wouldn't look at me, he would take notes, he would ask the same question every single time I saw him, And then, okay, see you next week. And I was like, you're filling up a form, dude. You know? And the social worker, I've had her. And the first time I was talking to her, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with you? Who are you? But then we had a talk, and then my mom, she's right. My father is right, but my mom, she's right. My father will say, you're not, this is classic Réjean. What's my father's name? This is classic Réjean. Don't call a plumber to fix your front deck. And then really he's right. My mom mentality is, doesn't matter what they do, if they want to help, this is all they need to do. If they want to help, this is the most important part. And she's right too, right? And the social worker, she's been really nice. And my mom, yesterday she said something which was so nice. She said, I'm glad you're talking to someone. Now, I could have told my mom I'm seeing a fucking plumber, and she'll be like, oh, I'm glad that you're seeing someone, you know? And yeah, it's nuts. It is nuts. I just don't know. I just don't know. But you know what I know? You know what I know? And please understand, I'm not playing victim here. I don't know how well we're doing. I don't know how well we will be doing. But right now, right here, right now, I can tell you 3 things. I can tell you 4 things that's working really well. I'm being more healthy as how much I work. I'm not overworking. I'm working depending on how much energy I have, which is good. Second thing, I can tell you that Nature Corn and you guys talking to you guys has been helping me. I can tell you that I have a better relationship with my parents and with my friends. Now, better relationship with my parents and friends, that's completely my fault. I was putting content before. My father was like, hey, why don't you come and take a coffee? I'm like, I can't, I'm working. I'm a priority, you know? And ultimately speaking, I was right because you need to work in life, but ultimately speaking, he was right because it's nice to work, but so my father has the mentality of a 9 to 5, right? And the 9 to 5, the 9 to 5 is weird. The 9 to 5 is weird because you go in, and the second you leave, right? With me, I don't care what time it is. No? I don't fucking know. We were talking about placebo effect before, yesterday. And yeah. Anyway, long story short, this is it for today. Love you guys. Take it easy.